Alright, so I have my glue pot warming and I'm getting a couple of things together that are of note. Now, you just watched me kind of fine-tune the sides using a hot pipe. And what that tells me is that I probably need to fine-tune the bending butt that I have with my heating blanket. So I will work on that in the future so that I can have more consistent product. Now, my sides, I know that I have excess on both ends, and I'm going to have to fit it to this area on the heel block and also on the end butt here. Now, in preparation for this, I need a couple of items. I need a square, I need a pencil. I've got a saw around here somewhere. I'm going to need my tetalones so that I'm ready to glue the sides to the body. I need my wedges that I'll be using up here because this I do make a Romanillo style heel joint, and I do need my glue ready to go. So, oh, forgot. You're going to need. Don't need that yet. That's going to need this box of goodies here. Get it out of the storage space. Alright, so my box of goodies contains all of my pieces for holding this down to the soldado. So I will need those. I need to check. I don't think this is going to fit. I believe I'm going to have to make another one of those. Alright. Begin marking. Be conservative here. Mark should be. Let's go ahead and mark to there. Once I've marked it, go ahead and take a straight line, straight edge. Cut that excess off. Just outside of my line. When I cut this, when I go and cut my line, I'm going to cut on this side of the line so that I have some excess there. I can remove that excess later. Now, as I'm fitting the side, I want to be conservative here and try to keep myself from making a mistake. Right? Okay, we're going to be removing a little bit more. Same process. It's easier to do this in increments. Still a little bit. Here's an end piece. I can use that for a clamping call later, so I'm going to hold on to it. What I'm looking for. That part is correct. So now, very carefully, try not to shoot your whole board and everything across the room. Mark our line for the other side. Process. So with minimal effort, you should be able to fit that to the edge of your template on your top. Hold it in with minimal effort and get right on your line. Okay, so I have a little bit right here I'm going to have to really work with. Feels like it's not quite bending, but alright. Now I'm going to make sure that my wedge, looks like my wedge I'm going to need to thin just a little bit. And unfortunately that's underneath my camera, so I'm going to have to come back. Alright, so I've got my wedge. I know that it's a little bit too thick to fit in there with my side, so I'm going to plane off a little bit. My wedges are a little long anyway. I did that on purpose. I wanted to make sure that I had enough room on them to be able to do this process. I need to thin a little bit more. I'm only getting about halfway down. It won't take much. satisfied with that. That wedge will hold that in there, so I don't need to put glue, but once I have my glue hot, I will glue that down, because I don't need it coming out. Okay. Alright, so while I'm waiting on glue, we're going to go ahead and get this one started. I believe I'm going to go about there. Remember, the side that goes to the top is straight, and the other side that goes to the back is tapered. Because if you mark from the tapered side, it's going to be tapered going into this wedge, and that won't be very good for you. So, Again, I'm going to adjust my wedge. My wedge was already wedge shaped. I'm just thinning it down on one side so that it fits in correctly all the way down to the bottom of the channel. Couple more passes. Depending on how you make your solada, you may have a different method for this. That's fine. That's what I have. Saving these pieces that I cut off from this side because they're a little longer, I can use those down here at the heel block when I'm gluing this together to keep the wood from splitting out. I don't want my sides to split while I'm gluing. So do this in increments. So this wood is giving me a good amount of spring back. So I'm going to take clamp and a couple of the smaller cauls, which I've left on the floor, wherever the other one went. I do not know. Okay, so while that's in place, and my glue is hot, I will do just this top part of the guitar. And then I will leave that there, let that dry and solidify and get good and hard. And then I'll clamp up the bottom part where it needs to be and glue that and get that good solidified and hard. Get the linings in and then I'll take everything off. So that's what I will do on that. So my glue is creeping up there. Stir it. Give that another minute or two. Should slide out of there, didn't it? Alright, well I'm going to take the clamps off and re-clamp it because I've slid a little bit here, so I think I better glue that first and then go through the clamping procedure.